So when you're on with Dynamics GP, you have the option to move to a cloud, a hosted cloud. What does that mean? You can move to your GP environment up to Microsoft Azure. Basically, you're renting the server space. Your internal IT team is still the one that's going to fix printers, add new users, etc. Unless you go to a more managed approach where you have a hosting provider that's hosting you in Azure. Definitely an option for many, and we have quite a few clients that have selected that option to basically take their infrastructure, move it up into Azure, tie it to the Microsoft stack, and then people are accessing GP similarly to the way they do today, but they're doing it. It's not on your on-premise, right? But you still have basically all the same access that you would as if it was on-premise. It's just in a different environment. So you're not responsible for maintaining the servers, and obviously there is security, and with the different hacks that have been going on on-premise clients, where they've been held for ransom. There's definitely positives when you're moving to a large hosting provider that really is, that's their job, right? They are professionals in making sure that they keep their infrastructure and your data and your infrastructure secure. So that's a big component of why some people are moving to the cloud, and definitely that's something that has definitely been a factor with GP, right? You could also move GP to a hosting provider, right? So there are full service hosting providers. They can provide 24/7 support. Again, this is all really around the the servers and user access and things of that nature. An average Dynamics GP user then is someone that is in IT who knows the basic technical of the system, but they don't need to be a true IT professional the way that you would if you're trying to manage your Azure cloud. That being said, we have a number of clients that have moved to our private cloud that we partner with in order to, again, take that burden off of them for servers, server infrastructure, everything else. And most people really, it's like, okay, well, if I'm at a crossroads with GP for being able to upgrade, and I need to upgrade servers, that might be the opportune time to be looking at that, because you basically are accomplishing two things at once. So there's definitely some options there that, again, it's really just making yourself more secure. You're definitely now in a cloud environment versus on-premise. It's still not a browser-based solution. Microsoft has its web client. However, it hasn't been widely adopted, and it's still not a true cloud browser-based solution like Acumatica and Business Central are. Obviously, the business benefits of moving to the cloud allow you to focus on growing your business. You're not, having resources tied up with, troubleshooting issues with your environment. Does you have some type of, threats going on, and therefore, everybody's focus is preventing those threats, and now you're not focused on your business. Did you lose any, business because of it, where you had downtime? Again, you're trying to minimize all those risks, and so thereby, moving into a GP cloud environment, you definitely are going to have that benefit. You're going to eliminate the cost of new servers and related hardware, because it's going to be part of that subscription of moving to the cloud. Again, loss of productivity due to server downtimes and issues, again, where your IT staff might have to reach out to some external, in some cases, to help get support to resolve issues. In many cases, it can lower your IT costs depending on what your needs are. You're still going to need another outside professional that's going to potentially, help manage your emailing solutions and all your other related technology. But certainly, when it's focusing around GP, that would move that off into that data center that's going to be more secure. And again, you're giving your users access. So at this point, they could access anywhere, anytime, meaning that, really depending on the way that you want to deploy that hosted environment, there no longer need to be in on-premise to be able to access that. And certainly we have clients that are doing that today in many different ways, even with their on-premise solution. It just becomes a question of which one's the right one for you.